Peace.
Hi, this is Regina, and today I'm going to show you how to do a mail merge. Sometimes you want to send a letter out and you want to send that same letter to a lot of the same people. So in order to do that, you create the letter and then you use your list of people you're going to send it to, and then you merge them together so that you don't have to retype the letter every time. So in this training, this is the letter I'm sending out. It's just a letter I made up. And the way you start, you go to this tab right here where it says Start Mail Merge, and you click on that. And when you click that, I'm going to tell it this is a normal Word document, so it knows I'm going to use Word. Select recipients, and this is where I'm going to use an existing list. And what I did was I created a list that is in my documents, and I just called it training. There it is. This is an Excel document, and I just typed in some names in that, and I might do a video on how I did that. I'll do that a little bit later on to show you how I created the list. But it basically looks like, let me see if it's underneath here because I may have, there it is. It looks like this, and you just put in their name, that's their first name, fake name, last name, the street address, the city, the state, and their zip code. Then I created my letter, and I haven't told it to do that part yet, but it's already done it because I've done this before. But I'm going to insert my merge fields, and the very first name, it happens to be Jill, and if I wanted to have it specifically to her, I can put this here. I just click on her name and drag it there, but I want her address up here, so I'm going to click on Jill. I don't want it down there. I'm going to move it up. Just click and drag to right there. I didn't get the whole thing. See, I need these two to close that in the little arrows there, because if I don't have those, it will not recognize it. So I've got to just undo that and make sure when you drag something, highlight the whole thing. And, okay, I'm gonna have to drag across it. Now the whole thing's highlighted. Drag her name up where I want it, here, and I want her last name there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and insert all the rest of them. Her address, her city, her state, and her zip code. Okay, and now I'm gonna line these up the way I want them to look. So I've got her first name up here, and I'm gonna go right between those, and that's the different that's her city, her street, I'm sorry, and then her city, and then her state. There we go. Space. If there's no spaces in that, it won't be any spaces when you finish, so you have to put your spaces in, but you can't come back and do that later. And I'm going to put a comma after Mississippi. Let me come back a little, tighten that up. There we go. Now I had already changed the font on this earlier, so I'm going to show you can change the font to make that bigger so that you can see it better. So I think the rest of those, I think that was all 14. It was. And I'm going to move my I'm going to move that back over where it was. I'm going to attempt to. It's wanting to be difficult, but let's see if we can get it to go. There we go. That's my header. Okay, and I don't, there's too many spaces between her names, so I'm going to take some of those out like that. And then I don't like all the space here. There it is. No space. And then that took the space out between those, and then there's her name. And then I go back to my mailing, and I can actually preview how this is going to look. And that's how it's going to look. Now this is the next person on my list, Joe. And then from here I can go and look at every name that's on my list and make sure I've got Bobby's name here, Bobby's name here. So now these all look like personal letters, which they are, and they're coming from the list, and I only did one letter and just merged it with the addresses and the names. So they're all here. I think there was 8. No, there was 5 of them. That's it. And that is how you create a merge document. That's just a quick way, and that's the way I do it. If there's another way to do it or you do it a different way, let me know in the comments. That is all for today. Thank you for watching. Please rate and subscribe. Thank you.